there, I'm Amy.Connell. Welcome to Graced Health, the podcast for women who want simple and grace-filled ways to take care of themselves and enjoy a little chocolate in the process. I'm a certified personal trainer and nutrition coach who wants you to know your eating, movement, and body don't have to be perfect. You just need to be able to do what you're called to do. Welcome to another episode of Ask the Trainer, where I answer questions you may have about your eating, movement, or how they work together. Today's question is the beginning of a month-long series I am focusing on, which is the track. So a little bit of a backstory. I have this compromise with my body. I love running and I have completed several half marathons. I've never done a full marathon. I'm not really interested in that, but I do love the feeling of running. There's just so much that I, quite honestly, more mentally than anything, love about running. However, my mid 40s body doesn't love it as much. It does not love the continual pounding on the pavement. I have come to a compromise with my body. We have this agreement where if I will walk for endurance, so when I get together with my friends and we head out at 6 o'clock in the morning, we walk. But I will get to, and she allows me to run and specifically sprint. Now, I recognize that not everybody loves sprinting. I actually love it. I love the feeling of it. And what I have discovered about sprinting is it puts me somewhat into a meditative state and it clears my head. I don't have to think about anything else because when I am running hard, I'm focusing on three things and I'm chanting to myself over and over. I say elbows, toes, relax. Elbows, toes, relax. And I will do that for as long as I am running hard. What do I mean by that? And I'm going to talk about this maybe later. But when I say elbows, I'm using my elbows to pull me back and help propel me forward. For toes, I am trying to land on my toes. I'm going to do another episode some other time about just basic running form. So we'll talk a little bit more about this. And then relax. And the relaxing is a new addition because I was running sprints one time and there happened to be a guy who was some kind of a trainer. And I think he might have been a track coach. I'm not really sure, but I ran by him and he was like, relax, relax, relax. And I think because I run with my shoulders up. So I've been really trying to drop my shoulders and relax and breathe into that. But when I do that, it really does turn somewhat meditative. So I really love that about sprinting. Anyway, back to today's question. Why should I do a track workout? I think that a track workout is a really great way to mix it up. If you listened to the episode on why aren't my workouts leaving me sore anymore, it might be because we're getting really efficient. So this is a great way to create those inefficiencies. And I will link to that in the show notes if you have not heard it. Okay, but let's talk about some of the other benefits of doing a track workout. Number one, it, depending on the material of the track, it can be a lot better on your joints. So tracks historically were made from asphalt or concrete. The newer ones now are made from from materials more like rubber or composite rubber or latex, which just adds or creates a softer landing. Now, my term for that is bouncy. Like I just feel really, really bouncy when I'm on that. So if you have joints that kind of bark at you when you run or do anything that's more high impact, the track might be a really great option for you. Another thing about a track workout is it has very clear distance markings. This is because that's what they're designed for. People come out there and they run 100 meters or 200 or 400 or 800, which is 2 laps around. So it's very clear to know how far you're going. Now, if you're like me and you like to know things very specifically, then this is a really great way to do it because there are markings on the track that will show you or tell you what they are. And now I'm going to go over that in an upcoming episode about how to read a track. But that's another great thing. If you want to go out there and run 100 yards, or 100 meters, it is very, very clear how far 100 meters is. It's also, like I talked about, it's a great way to mix it up. So if you aren't feeling sore in your workouts anymore, whether or not you are running or not, this might be a great way to go out there and mix things up a little bit, create some inefficiencies, because I'm telling you, the first time you go out on that track, you will feel it, and it does not take long. That's the other great thing about a track workout is because it's more of a high intensity interval, you work hard, you get to take a break, you do it again, but because you're th- what you're using. Okay, so I'm on live on YouTube and now I can't think of the word that I'm using, but because your intensity is higher, then your time spent doing that is shorter. So that's another great aspect of a track workout. It also just gives you fresh air. Sometimes I have a hard time getting out, or if you have a hard time getting out and getting some fresh air, it's a really great place to go. And you don't have to think about where you're going. You can just go around and around. And when I go out to that track, I see plenty of people who just go out to the track and they're running or they're walking. And that is a perfectly fine alternative to do. You do not have to be doing sprints just to go out there and utilize the track. And finally, depending on where you live and what is around the place where you live, it might be a really great, safe place to go. I have a friend who lives up in the Green Bay, Wisconsin area, and they will go to a track in the wintertime because it's so dark in the winter, and also because there's snow everywhere often, and they keep the track clean. So they can go and it's lit up. They don't have to worry about it. Now, Green Bay, admittedly, is a pretty safe area that at least that I'm aware of. But if you are in a place where maybe you don't feel comfortable getting out on the sidewalks or going on the streets because there aren't sidewalks, then if you have a track nearby or within an easily drivable distance, that might be a really great alternative for you where you can go, you can have lots of lights on you and feel safe doing that. I hope I have convinced you to maybe at least try a track workout. And I will be coming at you this entire month, just giving you some information about track etiquette. Yes, believe it or not, there is some track etiquette. I will be talking about how can I warm up without a mat? Because when we go out to the track before we sprint, absolutely, we want to be warming up a lot, but you may not be able to get down on the ground. I'm going to give you some specific things to try over on the track. And I hope that maybe by the end of this series, you are inspired to go try something and just try something new. You never know how your body is going to respond. And you may find a new love. You may find a new love on the track. Okay, that is all for today. Now go out there and have a great day.